Let the games begin!
So as most of you know already, I'm a huge Batman fanboy.
Because I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I live my life by the motto, what would Batman do? Sometimes late at night, I get in my car, I drive around looking for justice, and then I end up in Walmart buying pixie sticks and tube socks. So in a few more days, we get an all-new Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises. I'm in Batman mode. I got the shirt on, and at night I wear the mask when I go to sleep. You think I'm kidding, you think it's a joke, but there's a deeper meaning there. And my psychiatrist hasn't figured it out yet. He thinks it stems from some kind of childhood abandonment issues. We're not sure. Batman to me is more than a symbol. He's a really cool, kick-ass, iconic movie character that somehow I relate to, and we'll talk about that in detail a little bit later. And we're also going to talk about each of the Batman movies leading up to The Dark Knight Rises. But first, I have to show you something. Ah! Where's Rachel? Oh yeah, that's right, she's dead.
I got a whip and a cowboy hat. Oh, look at me! Because he was the best of us. Justice. Where are you? Here.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That guy has no shame. But you know what? To be a true Batman fan, you can't have any shame because you gotta put the mask on sometimes to just express your love for Batman. Man love. I love another man who wears a tight black latex suit, and it's accepted in society. Isn't that great? So first up, we have the original Batman Anthology. This starts off in 1989, directed by Tim Burton, the original Batman movie to hit the big theater. And this movie, people still refer to it as their favorite. And as a kid, I loved this movie. I watched it every day on beta tape. Actually, my father recorded it off TV onto a beta tape. Yeah, so that's how I watched it for about the first 5 years of my life. Anyway, the first movie had Michael Keaton playing Batman, and a lot of people were against that decision at first. They're like, no, Mr. Mom, that guy with curly hair is going to play Batman? I can't buy into that. Plus, he's too small and skinny. And you know what? He is Mr. Mom. He's also Beetlejuice, but that's besides the point. Michael Keaton, I think, blew people away by his performance as Batman, coming across dark and gritty, but when he was Bruce Wayne, he was kind of lighthearted and funny, and he kind of had that Michael Keaton wit about him, which I've always liked Michael Keaton. He's a likable guy. And Jack Nicholson played the Joker. You know, every time he was going to kick Batman's ass, there was always Prince music playing somewhere. And then in 1992, we got the sequel to Batman, also directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton once again, and Danny DeVito as the Penguin. And to me, this is one of my favorite Batman movies, especially compared to the original one by Tim Burton, because this one just went more dark, more twisted, and Danny DeVito as the Penguin blew me away. That guy was a sick, weird, perverted child murderer, and you really bought into his character. I'll show her my French flipper trick. And as a child, I didn't really get the reference, but when I grew up, I was like, that is brilliant. Oh, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. That is sex. That is what sex is. A woman wrapped in a tight black latex suit that looks like it's stitched together, but the stitches just want to pop off any time, but somehow she's still fighting Batman. The anticipation when watching her as a kid just... and then she started licking herself, and then... Did she drink milk? Maybe just in my mind she did. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Joel what's his last... It doesn't matter what his last name is. How about Joel, I can't direct a Batman movie, and I'm awful, and I have no taste or talent. P.S. Here's some rubber nipples on the bat suit. So it's Batman Forever. Now, as a kid, I found this movie entertaining, but even as a kid, I was like, this isn't really a Batman movie. There's just something not right here. It looks like an overproduced stage play movie with too much hair lighting and too many neon lights in the background. And then you had Chris O'Donnell playing Robin. You don't do that. Now, I didn't really have a problem with Val Kilmer as Batman, other than the fact that the script was awful and didn't allow Val Kilmer to do anything with the character. And then you had Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Very over-the-top, zany character. He fit the theme of the movie that they were going for, and I had no problem with Jim Carrey, but his Riddler suit looked a little let's just say shitty. It was a spandex green suit covered in question marks. And then you had Tommy Lee Jones, a great actor, but even in this movie, Tommy Lee Jones couldn't do anything. You're gonna burn in hell for the sins you committed against mankind. And now, my favorite line from Batman and Robin. Ice to see you. Yeah, that was my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression who played Mr. Freeze. Okay, let's get on to the good stuff. So years later in 2005, Christoper Nolan, a great director who knows how to direct actors and make a good movie, this was the Batman movie I had been waiting for all of my life, and I finally got it in 2005. The human elements and emotion to this movie really give you a character-driven Batman movie, which we really haven't gotten that much of before. And the first hour of this movie just really dives into the dark, gritty reality of how Bruce Wayne could become the symbol of justice dressed like a bat. How Bruce Wayne, just left everything behind and joined the League of Shadows after doing some prison time. You're like, wow, I respect this guy. He's not just some rich asshole in a bat costume. And next up, it's everyone's favorite, The Dark Knight, with Heath Ledger's Oscar-worthy performance as the Joker. That performance is one of the best movie villains of all time. Now, in my opinion, this movie was beyond good. This was a crime drama thriller with Batman in it, and the production of this movie, you didn't feel like you were just on some soundstage. They actually went into the heart of Chicago, Gotham City, and it just felt like you were in this environment. This city really existed, and there was this guy who ran around fighting justice and kicking ass, and his name was Batman. Because the way the Joker explains himself, he isn't just some random guy on the street blowing up things for no reason, laughing with green hair. He's more than that. He believes in anarchy and chaos. Okay, I didn't forget the original 1960s Batman movie starring Adam West. Now, I'm Adam West. I'm sorry. And it's really corny, it's cheesy, but you know what? It's funny, and also there's Robin with shark repellent as a tiger shark's biting Batman's leg. And I think that sums up the movie. I mean, if a guy was rich enough, he could buy the technology to basically become Batman. I mean, sure, he's going to get a few broken ribs and maybe killed eventually. I mean, after a few days maybe. But he could still be Batman for those few days and fight crime. And Batman's costume, compared to any other superhero, and there's just something that stands out. It looks tactical, it looks badass. And this, the Batmobile, or the Tumbler. I prefer the Tumbler. It's more tactical and all-terrain. Anyway, how many other superheroes have a really cool car? I can't think of any. Superman can fly around all he wants, but you know what? I prefer to drive this. First, I look more hard-ass, and then I kind of have a fear of heights, so it would all work out. So anyway, guys, that's my quick opinion on all the Batman movies and why I love Batman. And let me know down below why you love Batman. What is it about Batman that you really like, or what is it that you dislike? So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.